Welcome to the May 22nd, 2025 land use meeting in the South Annex, and all the commissioners are present. And if I could have Commissioner Glidewell lead us in the invocation and then the Pledge of Allegiance.
Father, we thank you for this day, and we thank you for all your many blessings. We thank you for our beautiful county, and we ask now that you help us as we conduct this business, that we do it in your will and in the best interest of our people. And Lord, we just thank you so much for all the things you're doing for us. And I say thank you in Jesus' name.
Amen.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay. Mr. Carpenter?
Good morning, Commissioners. Thank you, Madam Chairman. Matt Carpenter for the Planning Department, CARPENTER. We have 5 quasi-judicial items for your consideration this morning. The first of which would be the Northeast Self-Storage. This is a major development that's been reviewed by Rosanna Edwards, and I'll ask her to introduce it for us.
Thank you.
I believe we need to swear the people in too there first.
Okay.
Any applicants, member of the staff, or the general public that would like to speak during these hearings, please stand and raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give today is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? Chair, the audience has been sworn. The people who intend to speak.
Thank you.
Thank you. Good morning.
Good morning.
This first project is the North Beach Self-Storage. It's a request to approve by final order. It's project number MAJ 24-000032. This is a major development application submitted by Baker Engineers on behalf of the owner. They're requesting to develop 61,500 square foot mini warehouse storage facility with associated infrastructure on approximately 3.5 acres. Project site has a future land use of commercial and a zoning category of general commercial. Property is in District 2, and it's located at 6575 South US Highway 331. It's identified by the parcel number in your staff report. If you would please enter the staff report into the record.
So entered.
This project was heard at the TRC February 19th, 2024, with a unanimous recommendation to approve and move the project forward. April 10th, 6-0 vote by the Planning Commission to move to the BCC, and today Planning and Development Services staff presents the project as complete and substantially consistent with the Walton County Land Development Code and Comprehensive Plan. This is a pretty straightforward project. They are doing mini warehouse storage. They will be on septic with dry lines, or sewer, on-site sewer.
Okay.
We'll do on-site sewer with dry lines. They're also requesting a sidewalk buyout along 331. There was minimal wetlands on site with no impacts. Other than that, unless you have specific questions for me.
Is the reason that the sidewalk buyout is because being on 331, we're not doing any sidewalks along there anyway? Is
Yeah, I
that pretty
think
much?
the nearest sidewalk is over 4.5 miles away, so
Okay,
that was the reason for that request.
okay. What did they pay for that?
That came out to $14,750.
Okay. Thank you. Any questions from the board? No? Thank you very
Thank you.
much. Would anyone like to make a motion? We have a motion and a second. Any comment from the audience? Okay, all in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion passes. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioners. The next item for your consideration is agenda number 2, the Oaks at Bay Grove. This is also a major development. This one has been reviewed by Kelly Schultz, so I'll ask her to introduce it for us.
Good morning. This is, as Mr. Carpenter said, the Oaks at Bay Grove. It is a request to approve by final order. It's project number MAJ 24000028. It's a major development order application submitted by Jenkins Engineering on behalf of the Oaks at Bay Grove LLC. They're requesting to develop 31 single-family lots and associated infrastructure on 15.5 acres. The property is within District 1. It's located at 1301 Bay Grove. and it's identified by the parcel numbers in your packet. I'd like to ask that the staff report and attachments please be entered into the record.
So entered.
Thank you. On September 11th of 2024, the Technical Review Committee unanimously conditionally approved this project. All conditions were met, or all outstanding comments were resolved before it went to Planning Commission. The Planning Commission heard the project on April the 10th of 2025, and with a unanimous vote of 6-0, they recommended approval to the Board of County Commissioners. Today, we, as the Planning and Development Services staff, present this project to you as complete and substantially consistent with the Walton County Land Development Code and Comprehensive Plan. There were some questions at the Technical Review Committee from some of the surrounding property owners, but all of their questions were answered, and there were no actual public comments received on the project. This property allows 2 units an acre, so they are well within the density allowances, and they are well under the impervious surface ratio. There is a large walkway, or path, if you will, around the perimeter of this project that is reserved for the community. The other thing I wanted to mention was that there is some overflow parking. These aren't intended at this point to be used for short-term rentals, but they did provide extra parking so that if the residents have, guests or whatever, that they can accommodate that without it being on the streets.
I'm glad to see that.
Yeah, they've done a really good job with this one. The site was a good portion of it's heavily wooded, and was heavily wooded, but they did retain a lot of the trees on the site. That was one of the things they first spoke to me about, even in the pre-app meeting, was how they wanted to design it around the very mature trees on the site. So unless you have any questions for me, I'll be glad to turn it over to Mr. Eubanks.
That's another very positive thing, that they left trees, so thank you for that.
Yes, ma'am, you're welcome.
Thank you.
Madam Chair,
Yes.
did she ask for it to be put in
Yes, she
the?
did.
Okay, I'd have missed that part. Motion to approve.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any comments from the board? I have a couple of comments. Are there any wetlands on this property?
not.
They're not. Well, thank you for adding the extra parking, and thank you for leaving trees.
I was going to speak to the developer for that, because as we all know, it ultimately comes down to the developer on this.
Well, you just let that developer know. We
And-
appreciate, at
and
least I
there are-
appreciate
They
that.
had every tree over 24 inches, they had surveyed and staked, and they're saving, there's 160 on the property. They're saving over 130 of those.
Wow,
So,
that's wonderful, wonderful,
So
fantastic.
that's on them.
Okay, well, we have a motion and a second. All in favor? Any comments from the audience? Seeing none?
Oh, sorry, Jamie Eubanks.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Motion passes. Thank you very much. I'm so sorry you came out here for such a short time.
I think he's okay with that.
I'll sit through longer ones, I'm sure.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Commissioners. The next item for your consideration is the Jarvis Coat plat. This plat application has been reviewed by Bob Baranti. I'll ask Bob to briefly introduce it.
My name's Bob Baranti, B-A-R-O-N-T-I, Planning and Development Services. Oops, I'm sorry. Good morning.
Good morning.
This project is the Jarvis Cove plat. It's request to approve by final plat, project number PLA 24-000052. This plat application is consistent with the previously approved DO MIN 20-000006 and is submitted by Jarvis Coves LLC requesting a plat 8 single-family homes on 5.60 plus or minus acres. The project site has a future land use of residential in the zoning district of neighborhood infill. The property is located in District 4, and it's located at 775 Walton Way and is identified by the parcel number in your staff report. Madam Chair, the plat has been heard by the BCC. The pre-application date was October 31st of 24. The application date was December 26th of 24. The technical review committee was May 7th, 2025, and it was approved unanimously. There's no outstanding conditions. All fees have been paid, and the plat has been certified by the project engineer. May I enter the staff report into the record, please?
So entered.
Is there any questions for me?
Any questions from the board?
No.
There's 8 homes on this, right?
Correct.
Okay. And it started back in 2020, is that right? Or 2022?
2024.
The initial
Oh,
request?
the DO, correct.
Right.
It's taken a while to address some comments and make sure everything is perfect before it came to you at this level.
Did they have to start all over before they got to this level because of the length of time between the original DO?
Well, they were still under compliance of the DO because of they doing good faith effort to install the infrastructure. So it didn't die and have to restart back up. And it meets the DO exactly.
Okay, and I see that they have the 100-year stormwater plan on there? Okay, all right. Any other questions? Seeing
Motion
none,
to approve?
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any questions from the audience? Seeing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Thank you, Commissioners. That moves us to number 4, the Kings Lake Estates. This is a major development reviewed by Kelly Schultz, and I'll ask Kelly to introduce it for us.
Kings Lake Estate is project number MAJ 24000033. It's a major development order application submitted by Henderson Engineering and Consultants LLC on behalf of Henderson Real Estate Investments LLC. They're requesting to develop 42 single-family lots on 21.2 acres. The project site has a future land use category of rural residential and a zoning category of rural village. The property is located in District 3. It's on the south side of Kings Lake Road, approximately just a little over 1/10 of a mile from the intersection of Kings Lake Road and US 331 North. It's identified by the parcel number in your packet. Would you please enter the staff report and exhibits into the public record?
So entered.
Thank you. This project was reviewed by the Technical Review Committee at their meeting of February the 5th, 2025. They unanimously recommended approval to the Planning Commission. There were some outstanding comments at that point. Those were resolved prior to it going to the Planning Commission. Planning Commission heard the project on April the 10th of 2025. They voted unanimously with a vote of 6-0 to forward it to the Board of County Commissioners recommending approval. This project site is currently used as a field. It is, so there's not an issue with preservation or anything like that because it's completely cleared. It will have City of Defuniak water. The lots will each have septic tanks. It does have on-site stormwater. That's a pond. There's some open space that will be managed by the Homeowners Association. One thing to note that's one of the not an outstanding comment, but a condition of approval from the Technical Review Committee is that there not be any direct access onto Kings Lake Road other than those 2 access points that you see on the site plan. So they can't have individual driveways. That was really important to our Technical Review folks.
Okay.
And you can see on the design, it's not designed to be that way either, but we wanted to make it very clear that they would not get individual driveway permits out onto Kings Lake Road for those single-family homes.
So they enter from the back?
From the interior road
Okay.
system, yes, sir.
All right.
Yes, sir.
Why does it say 25-year, 100-year stormwater?
That's the stormwater, that's what it was designed to basically to hold. The pond is designed to hold for a 25-year storm.
Okay, because it lists on here 25-year/100-year.
Do you want to explain that a little bit more, John, and how you did that stormwater design? Do you have any other questions for me before I turn it over to our applicant, Mr.
Does
Henderson?
anyone have any questions?
Okay,
No, thank you very much. Please
Okay,
state
good
your name.
morning. I'm John Henderson, Henderson Engineering. We have to attenuate the 25-year storm. We can't release more than the pre-development amount. but we also required to to model the 100-year storm to make sure it doesn't overtop the pond. So we don't have to attenuate the 100-year storm, we just have to make sure that it won't overflow.
Okay, and you feel confident in that?
Oh, yeah, I've already got the stormwater permit from the Water Management District too, so.
Okay, wonderful,
Yeah.
wonderful.
Any more questions?
Any questions? No?
Motion to approve?
We have a motion and a second. Let me make sure I don't have any.
I have a comment.
Okay, there's a comment. Go ahead.
While this meets the code, it's unfortunate that this is farmland that's being swallowed up into houses. And at some point, we have got to get a grip on taking farmland and putting houses on it, or we're not gonna have any farmland. And so
Do you want me to address that?
Please.
This is zoned for residential, land use is residential. It may be a hayfield now, but I assume that's been that land use since 97 when the code was adopted, so. I mean, it may be used for farmland, but it's not zoned or it's not a farmland land use. And I'm allowing the farmer to keep growing there until we break ground.
that may be true, but as far back as I can remember, that was a field, a hayfield,
Yeah.
or it may have had row crops on it at one time. It's still been farmland, and I don't care what it's zoned. It's farmland, and we gotta quit we're not gonna have any farmland left if we don't stop this, but that's just a comment.
I have a comment too. It's talking about the parking, and it says that the parking space calculations are based on single-family dwelling. The parking ratio will change for any units used as short-term vacation rentals.
There's not gonna be short-term vacation rentals up there.
I kind of.
Can you, I mean, I don't
can't.
see it.
I can't, but it's in there, so I thought I would ask
But
about
I have
that.
parking for 3 or 4 bedroom homes. There's 4 parking spaces per lot. It's
Wonderful.
shown on a typical lot layout. On that plan, it's shown there are the 4 parking spaces. So,
Okay,
yeah.
and it does have water from Defuniak Springs?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, all right. Any other questions? Seeing none, thank you.
Thank you.
Motion to approve?
I think we already seconded.
We already did.
We already
that.
did a
Okay.
motion and a
Yes, sir.
second. Any comments from the audience? Seeing none?
You were looking like you were looking at me.
I probably was, All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
Nay.
We have 1 nay, and that is Commissioner Glidewell.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioners. That brings us to the final item on our agenda this morning, the Cat Island Estates Phase 2 plat. This project's been reviewed by Eric Shealy. I'm going to ask Stephen to present this.
Good morning. Stephen Schoen, SCHOEN with the Planning Department. I've been sworn. This item is the Cat Island Estates Phase 2 plat. This is a request to approve by final plat. It is project number PLA 24-000049. It was reviewed by Eric Shealy. This is a plat application that is consistent with previously approved DO MAJ 20-000024. It was submitted by Ozuza Investors LLC. They're requesting to plat 39 single-family lots on 21.33 plus or minus acres. The project site has a future land use of residential and a zoning district of urban residential. The property is in District 3 and identified by the parcel ID in your staff report. If I could please enter that report into the record.
So entered.
Thank you. On March 5th of this year, the TRC recommended to conditionally approve the plat application and move forward upon satisfaction of all outstanding comments. Those comments have been addressed successfully, and the staff asked the board to consider plat approval today.
Motion. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
No, I was just looking to see if there was anything that's sort of needs to be highlighted here or brought to your attention, but I'm not seeing anything in the notes. But I can answer any questions you may have. If not, I'll turn it over.
Motion to approve.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any comments from the board? Okay, I have a couple. Wetlands, are we looking at any wetlands on this property?
Well, let's see here.
Madam Chair, may I interrupt a second?
Sure.
Hasn't this all been approved before, and this is just the final plat?
Yes, sir, that is, what we're doing today, yes.
Yeah, I'm just curious as to what we're doing up
I
there.
think we already discussed this, but that's fine.
I'm just going, oh, thank you. No, there does not appear to be any wetlands on site. I was looking to see if there was the site plan identified any, and there does not appear to be any wetlands on site that are
Okay,
being impacted.
okay, that's good, because it's, with 21 acres and 39, that's pretty nice. I like to see that, so thank you very much for
Yeah,
that.
it was actually a reduction in density from the original approval, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great. I appreciate it. Okay, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. Again, I apologize for everybody having to come out here and go through this so quickly.
Well, I don't.
Commissioner, I'm sorry, I don't have anything else for you this morning. This is it.
And
Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Chair, for running
So
a very
thank you very
quick
much.
meeting.
You're most welcome. Thank you very much. Appreciate everyone being here. The meeting is adjourned.